hip distance apart. So we're going to start today's session with some nice, simple shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders forwards, up, back and down, moving in nice big circles and focusing as much as you can on the feeling that you get down the back of the neck and between the shoulder blades. So can you feel that loosening up through there and the shoulder blades moving closer together? One more and easier down the back. Lovely job. So now let's get mobility through the full length of the spine. Come to the end of your mat for some roll downs. We're going to stand nice and tall with length through the back of the neck, pelvis in neutral. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to tuck the chin, nod the head and roll gradually and slowly down, one vertebra at a time. Weight forward over the front of the feet, arms hang heavy, head hangs heavy. As you get down towards the mat, bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale at the bottom, then exhale to scoop the abs. Use the abs to restack the spine, pushing one vertebra after the other back up on top of each other, and the shoulders, neck and head come up last. Inhale at the top. Exhale to tuck the chin, nod the head down and roll down through the vertebrae. So as you're rolling down, feel the weight come over the front of the feet. We want the bum to stay in line with the feet. Bend the knees at the bottom as much as you need. It's not a hamstring stretch, this one. And then gradually roll and restack the spine one at a time as you come back up. Lovely. Inhale at the top. Exhale to go again. Chin tucks first. As you roll down through, one vertebra at a time, really focusing here on slowing down through any sticky bits, making sure that each one is following the other under your control, so everything is moving with the precision that you're asking it to move. And that counts for on the way back up as much as on the way down. Lovely. So this is the last one. Tuck the chin, nod the head. And as you roll forward and over, keeping the bum in line with the feet, make sure it doesn't poke back. When we come to the bottom here, we're going to bend the knees and then walk out through the hands to come into a wide-footed plank. Abs on here. And then immediately walk the hands back up into downward facing dog. Push the collarbones towards the ankles. Allow the heels to drop towards to or onto the mat if you can. Just get them where you can. Lift the tailbone. And then we'll walk the hands forward once more into that wide plank. Abs on hard here to support you. And then from here, we're going to drop the knees for a count of about 4. And then we're going to lift the knees for a count of about 4. This is our pattern. Drop the knees, just a few seconds, abs on hard as you lift the knees. And again, we're going to drop the knees. And then abs on to lift the knees. Hold for a couple of seconds and then walk the hands back in for downward facing dog once again. Lift the tailbone, drop the heels, pedal through the feet here to just get a bit of movement into the back of the legs, a bit of length into the back of the legs. Breathe while you're down there and really think about pushing those collarbones towards the ankles and lifting through the tailbone. Great job. Walk the hands back out now to plank for another set of that drop and lift. Abs on hard. From here, we're going to drop the knees for a few seconds. Abs on to push the heels away and lift. Drop the knees for a couple of seconds. Abs on to push the heels away to lift. And again. And then from here, slowly take the bum back into child's pose. So breathe, big deep breaths in here, just releasing through the back any tension that may have crept in during the plank exercise there, which it's a tough one to move through that dynamic movement in a hand plank, so well done for that. And when you're ready, you can use the abs to roll the body up through the spine. Lovely. So let's wake up those really deep, stabilizing core muscles now. So don't worry, it sounds arduous. This is one of those precision moves. So come to all fours, get yourself aligned, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So with these, we're looking at very small movements. The challenge is to keep your torso completely still and to focus on all of that stabilisation happening through the body, and try to notice your breathing too. So first, our very slow, tiny piaffe. Diagonal pairs are going to lift just an inch off the mat as the torso stays stable. Other side. So just moving through, tiny little movement. Notice your breathing here. The first thing to go when we're focusing on anything to do with precision or control is we either stop breathing or we start breathing disordered. So really try to keep the breathing relaxed. Lovely, just one more round. Keep that torso stable. Tiny little movement, lovely. Now we're going to develop it by reaching the arm and the leg away. So lift and reach, keep the torso stable, stable, stable. And after a little hold, lower back down. Other side. First lift, then reach, hold the torso stable, and lower back down. Lovely. Just keep going with that movement. Again, focus on the breathing. It's really useful to get into a pattern, a rhythm with the breathing here. So inhaling as they go one way, exhaling as they go the other. Doesn't massively matter which one. Go with what feels easiest for you, just to get into the habit of being in the pattern of the breathing. And here we're focusing as much as we can on a feeling of stability through the torso. Could we drop a handful of marbles on between your shoulder blades there and them stay in place as you move through this movement? Everything staying stable really makes you notice how much all of the muscles through the torso need to work to hold us stable when we're challenged from more than one direction, which of course is exactly what happens to us on the horse. So this is the last round. Reach away, reach, 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 holding stable. Lovely. So from here, we're going to just stretch off through the front of the hip. So bring one foot up through between the hands and bring the body upright to sit into the stretch. Lovely. Drop the hips down into it. No pushing, just let gravity do its work. You can lift the back knee here if that feels good, but equally don't if it doesn't. So if that's going to bring in any tension, just keep the knee down on the mat. And then once we've felt a bit of release through the front of that hip, we're then going to turn the body into the forward leg for a bit of a twist. So stay tall through the upper body, reach up through the top of the head, but twisting, reaching that hand towards the opposite foot behind you, releasing through that side of the body, and then release the stretch to set up on the other side. So take that foot back and swap for the other one. Upper body comes up, let the hips sit down into it. Once again, if it feels good, you can lift the knee. If it doesn't, you can just keep it on the mat. This is purely about the release in the hips here. We don't want too much effort in this one. Sitting tall, reaching through the top of the head, and twist into the front leg. Make sure whenever you're doing any twisting through the spine, you're always focusing on getting the height through the top of the head and length through the spine too. So it's about twisting with space, not about twisting and shortening through the spine. So breathing here, thinking tall through the crown of the head, letting those muscles release. And you can release the twist. Lovely, good job. So from here, come to lie on your back with your knees in crook, as we call it. So knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Let's lengthen the hamstrings so that we can use our legs to get to the abs without the hamstrings fighting us. So heel to the ceiling, hands behind the thigh, other leg stays straight, and that top heel is going to push long and push up towards the ceiling. So just give a bit of time here to let that muscle lengthen. Breathe, make sure the heel is pointing towards the ceiling, and let the muscle release. Then from here, abs on hard now. Release the hands, point the toe, draw a circle with that foot. You choose the size. The test is, can your abs keep your pelvis completely stable? Can they keep the other hip bolted down to the floor? And make sure you're not going so low that the abs can't hold your lower back in place with no arch or strain. So reverse it. Your circles might need to be really small right now, but as always with all of this work, correct is better than big. So really focus on the shape and control of that circle. Lovely, that's the last one. Fab. And bring the foot back down. Fabulous. Let's set that up on the other side. So take the heel up towards the ceiling, other leg reaches long. And just allow the hands to support the leg rather than pulling it. Relatively few of us need to be pulling at these hamstrings to get them into a stretch position. Lovely. Then from here, switch the abs on hard. Release the hands, point the toe and draw the circle. So really focusing here on the feeling that you've got through the pelvis. Is the pelvis stable? Are the abs controlling this movement? Are the abs holding that hip on that side down? Reverse it back the other way. And are the abs supporting your lower back and making sure that the lower back is not arching or losing stability? Last one. Fabulous. And bring the foot back down. Lovely. So check that you still feel aligned here. Check that your ankle bones meet, that your knees match, that your hips are level. We're going to work right through the abs now with the roll up. If you need to give yourself a little push with the hands at any point as you get started, that's fine. Arms reach towards the ceiling. Inhale into the back of the ribs to prepare. Exhale to scoop the abs, head tucks up first, then use the abs to roll up from the head and shoulders, grow up tall here in the middle, then forward and over like you're rolling over a big beach ball towards the toes, and then reverse the entire motion, using the abs to control the spine all the way down on the exhale. Brilliant. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to scoop the abs and go again. You can briefly use your hands to assist if you need. Reach up in the middle, up and over the big beach ball towards the toes. Lots of space in front of the body. And then rolling back down. Slowly through the spine. Yeah, bring your hands briefly to support you if you need at any point of this. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to scoop the abs. Use the abs to shorten through the front of the body. Get tall here in the middle, up over the big beach ball, reach towards the toes. And then back with control, using the abs to control the roll back down through the spine. And just one more. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale to scoop the abs. Rolling up through the spine, up tall in the centre, over the big beach ball towards the toes. And once again, reversing. Use the abs to control every single vertebra individually back down to the spine, to the mat. Brilliant. And release the arms down. Fabulous. You can bring your knees now up into a bit of a ball, give them a light hug. We're going to work the core in movement now while also lengthening the hamstrings and strengthening the hips. So inhale to prepare, abs on. Exhale to lift the head, neck and shoulders. Then split the legs, a gentle pull and change. Gentle pull, gentle pull. So just keep going with that movement. Reach the leg long away at the bottom. Are you holding your breath? Keep breathing. Very gentle little pull into the legs there. Not aggravating the hamstrings, just encouraging them. Last pair. Lovely job. And bring the knees in, release back down, have a little breather. Fabulous, well done. So next up, take the hands lightly behind the head. Inhale into the ribs to prepare. Exhale the abs on, lift, and take the legs up to 90. Soften the knees if you need. Exhale, one leg out and down and return. One leg out and down and return. Yeah, keep the elbows wide, just one more. And return and release. Yeah, these are tough, so we're only doing 3. Roll out through the neck. Keep the knee soft if you need. Only take the leg as low as you can control it with the abs. So reset, legs come up and the other leg goes down. Keep the elbows wide, keep the abs switched on. Just one more. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. And release. Well done, well done. Yeah, those are tough. Roll out through the neck. Brilliant. So from here, we're going to work the lower abs. Take the knees out to tabletop, knees above the hips, shins at 90 degrees. This is more gentle but very precise, this one. Inhale to prepare, exhale the abs on, tap one toe down and return, and the other. Tap the other toe down and return. So keep moving through that motion and really focus on keeping the angle of the knee the same, so everything is still apart from the hip. Hinge the hip, have the lower abs working like mad to hold the back flat and the pelvis totally still. So really focusing on feeling those lower abs get to work. In fact, you can put your hands on there to feel it happening. If you want, it's quite gratifying to feel them getting to work. And keep that pelvis stable. One more pair. Last one. Great job. Hug the knees in and have a roll out through the lower back from side to side if that feels good. We are going to do one more round of those. So when you're ready, inhale to prepare. Exhale to switch the abs on, knees to tabletop. Abs on as you tap and return. Tap and return. So just keep going with that movement. Remember to keep breathing. This gets right into the lower abs that we need to counteract any overarching that we do in our back when we ride, and to control our hips in the saddle so we can put one hip forward, the other back, and so on. Last side. Brilliant. And release the knees to hug in. So yeah, it takes a lot of focus, that one. Deceptively simple to look at, but actually quite a focused job to do correctly. So come to side lying to finish up today. We're going to start by stretching out the front of the top hip. So just bringing and holding that heel towards the bum and breathing down into the hip, visualizing the air going down into the hip to soften the muscle. This is the feeling of breathing down into the hip that we want in the saddle too. So an opportunity to give it a practice. And then release. Pop the hand in front of you for balance and stability. Make sure you're upright with your hips stacked. Bring the legs back towards the body line. From here, the top leg lifts. We're going to start with singles. So inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Couple more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale up. Inhale down. Brill. Release both of them down. Now for the double. Just do what you can. Inhale to prepare. Abs on. Exhale to lift and lower. Exhale to lift and lower. Only one more. Exhale to lift and lower. Well done. Really intense strengthener, that one, for the side stabilizers. So set up now for your side plank. We're going to be up on the elbow, and the elbow should be on the shoulder line or slightly closer into the body. Legs bent with knees slightly in front, or have your feet split. You choose. Inhale to prepare. Abs on. Exhale to lift. Now give me 6 little hitches with the hips. So poke the hips up towards the ceiling. Tiny little movement and release. Have a little rest. Change your legs if you like, if you want a different setup for the legs. Then inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Another 6 hitches. So as high as you can with those hips, really poking them up towards the ceiling. Feel the work in the side of the body and release. Little rest before one more for luck. Inhale to prepare, abs on, exhale to lift and hitch. Get those hips as high as you can. We're not here for long, make the most of it and release back down, brilliant. And then reach up and over into the stretch. Breathe into the ribs on that side, really feel that stretch all the way down here through the waist. Let those muscles lengthen and release. And you can release the stretch to set up on the other side. So we're going back to the beginning of the series. So line yourself up and come straight into the top leg stretch, so the hip and quad stretch. And breathe down into the hip here and feel the muscles lengthen through the front of the body. Just take a second to recover. And when you're ready, you can release. So get yourself aligned with your legs out long. Top leg here is going to lift. Inhale to prepare, abs on, and exhale to lift the lower leg and return. We're going to 4, lift and return. 2 more, lift and return. Last one. And return. Release them both back down and get stable for the double. Inhale to prepare, abs on, exhale to lift and return. Lift and return. Just one more. Lift and lower. Brilliant, well done. Even if you're only moving half an inch with that, you are waking up those muscles and getting them going. So get yourself set up for the side plank, just this last side plank to go and you are done. So inhale to prepare, exhale to lift and 6 hitches. So poke towards the ceiling, getting those hips as high as you can and release. Check you're aligned. Inhale to prepare and exhale to lift. And we're going for another 6 hitches. So poke, really working into that side of the body. Lovely. And last one. So inhale here to prepare. Get ready. Exhale to lift. And again, hitch as high as you can. As high as you can with that hip. Really push for it. And release. Fabulous, well done. Come over to stretch. Brilliant job, really enjoy this stretch. Great work for your core stabilizers today. That wasn't easy. Some of it might feel weak and clumsy right now, but you're really building in the challenge now and really beginning to push it. So well done. If it feels weak and clumsy, you're only on the way to feeling straighter and stronger. I'll see you next time.